For Teacher Appreciation Week, I want to give admin some insights to how PLCs can often feel to teachers. Now, I'm personally grateful to being a very great PLC or PLT myself, but I hear from many teachers who dread PLCs. I don't think admins can quite figure out why, so hopefully this video will help share some insight. All right, first off, teachers are not against professional learning communities or professional learning teams. Here's a great acronym for admins. Think of a PLT as meaning please listen to teachers. And if that's the way PLTs and PLCs were approached, it would be great. However, what it feels like to many teachers I've talked to is more like a Trojan horse situation where instead of being a wooden horse, you have something that's labeled a professional learning community. This gets rolled into the schools, and then what pops out of that is not a situation where teachers are treated like professionals. What pops out of the so-called PLC are more mandates from the district. Hey, teachers, we want you to do this. And oh, you can rearrange where you sit while you're doing it. Maybe you can establish their meeting times. And these very superficial things that really don't matter because the districts too often have already established exactly what they want that PLC or PLT to accomplish. Now, if it's a real PLC, a real PLT, then that professional learning community would probably talk first to say, hey, by the end of this year, what could we work on with this meeting time that we could come up with something that would really help us? And then let's tell that to the admins, to the district offices. So instead of this top-down approach, we have a base-up approach for those working closest with the students day in, day out in the actual classroom, have a real voice on establishing what will really move us forward, not just to get better data on multiple choice tests, but to increase well-being, joy, peace, happiness, the real living stuff on the only planet in the universe that has any life on it. So we're not just wasting our time away here checking boxes, but we're actually doing what humans love to do, learn in a meaningful way with the life we found ourselves to be living. Now, that would be a cool opportunity. But instead, it's like these forwarded emails that say, hey, we want you to unpack standards, to come up with more common formal assessments that we can all do the same thing the same way on the same day. So districts and admins, if you approach PLTs as please listen to teachers and start with that without any bias on what the end goal is going to be. Just start listening to teachers. Hey, bring the stuff that the district needs to accomplish. Bring the stuff the State Department's telling you that they need to see. Trust your professionals, those teachers, to say, all right, cool, thanks for sharing that. Here's our problems. Here's what we're dealing with. Thanks for sharing those problems with us from our perspective on boots on the ground. Here's what we could do in a win-win situation that could help us all actually do what's best for our students, that would help us all make the district move forward in positive ways, not just on paper, but in real life in person. And by putting well-being first, I promise you, positive data will follow. So thank you so much. Again, there are no us versus them situations. I'm very blessed to be in a wonderful school with admins. My PLT is working well because our district does open and welcome to teacher feedback, which I'm very grateful for. Just want to share this to help other districts maybe better understand. So again, please comment below if your district does a good job, or if not, anything that we can help get out to share your voice. Be happy to do that. So your voice, our strength, their future. Thanks so much.
CEWL Vibes. Together we learn, together we grow, together we heal, together we flow. Be cool, every teacher, every school. Be cool, every teacher, every school. Be cool, every teacher, every school.